same year car model, I cannot bring it to the country unless one of two options. Either I'm a local guy or I have an NOC from Trading Enterprises, the agency, to bring a same year model GCC specs car to the country. My name is Hani Imam. I'm from Egypt. I came to UAE 15 years ago. Regarding my car, my first car in UAE was a Mazda 6. My beautiful Mazda 6, I still have it till date, from new, bought from Galadari. There was no Galadari in Sheikh Zayed Road at this time. It was only near Terminal 2 Al Tuwar area. That was the Galadari. And most of the car showrooms was on this side as well, by the way. Yani the Mercedes is there, the Peugeot, like all the car showrooms are there. Purchased my car, was a hell of an experience actually to buy this car. I tried Dodge at the beginning, a Charger. I got a fine, so for me it was a bad sign to get a fine while you're just driving the car. People advised me for Honda. I didn't like it. I felt like it's more of old school kind of thing. It was a huge journey actually to choose the car. I chose the car, chose the top of the range at this time. It's still beautiful till today. That's it. That's basically it. We have a group of friends called the Crawlers. The Crawlers, once I think my Dodge was in maintenance in Trading Enterprises, so I took the Mazda. So everybody, mostly their Dodge SRTs, 5.7, and we're going to Jabal Jais in Ras Al Khaimah. We're a big convoy, and those guys were racing with the GTR who just passed by. So what happened is, police officers, they run after the convoy. They stopped everybody except me because I'm just driving a Mazda. I was running after them. Definitely I can catch up with them, but I was like, we're there. They stopped everybody except me, from the GTR to the last Mopar car, and that's it. So that's basically about my Mazda. And one day, my nephew, little kid at this time, I think he was 10, 12 years old, he got into my Mazda after I did the straight pipe, and he didn't like the noise. He actually told me, "What's wrong with your exhaust? Is it broken?" The minute I heard this, I again put my exhaust to stock. Because if a kid 12 years old telling me this shit, it means that there's something wrong with the car. Even though I like the noise. It's even louder than my current SRT at this time. So I just put it back to stock, but I still have the tune and I still have the air intake. That's about my first car. Alright, I have a story of coloring my Mazda white and black. It was pure white. I took my car to X garage as well to change my tires. For the first time changing the tires on the car, and the guy, unfortunately, he scratched the four wheels, removing the tires and installing the new ones. Called the police. There was no police station in Al Barsha at this time. It was only near Al Satwa in this area, near the immigration. So we went there, and then he said, listen, I'm gonna color them for you. I'll make them whatever color you want. I'll fix them. You don't have to buy new wheels, and we'll make things sorted. So this is the first modification before I even do the exhaust thing. Just coloring my wheels to black, and then I did the roof black carbon fiber, the spoiler black carbon fiber, so it's kind of matching with whatever I had. So that was the story about the coloring of my Mazda as well. I got an offer going to Qatar, so I moved to Qatar. I shipped my Mazda with me. I put it on export plate numbers. I shipped it to Qatar. I lived in Qatar for 2 years. Came back to Dubai. Again, I shipped my Mazda back to Dubai. So that's my Mazda story. Well, after that, I got a Harley Davidson V-Road. It was also black. It was actually white and black, like the middle part, black covered and stuff like this. Later, after I started settling down, I purchased my 2013 SRT Dodge Challenger. It was the same color, red seats interior. I loved it. I fell in love with it. And that's basically it. Since that day, I have my Challenger and I have my Mazda. At the beginning, I kept on convincing myself that the new shape of the Challenger or the Dodge, it's not as aggressive as the previous shape. The previous shape looks more aggressive and stuff. But honestly, when I saw the interior, I was like, no, I must get this car. So I sold my SRT to one local guy here in Dubai, and immediately I went on hunting my new Challenger for my new Challenger SRT. But I couldn't find what I want. I wanted the same color, the billet silver with a red interior, and red seat belts. I want adaptive cruise control, blind spot. They don't have it in 2015 models in UAE. So I had to chase my dream to get what I want in the car that I want. I went to Qatar. I checked it. It was almost the same price with UAE. and has the options that I want, which is the adaptive cruise control, etc., etc. And then I got a business trip to Saudi Arabia, so I checked it again in Saudi Arabia. Finally, they found what I want. However, they don't know if it's actually the car that I want or no. They had no idea what they're selling. People in Saudi Arabia showroom, they had no idea what they're selling. So they give me a very hard time as well, because I'm an Egyptian guy, walked in a Saudi showroom, I want to buy a car. It's expensive, so they don't expect, for them, Egyptians are getting like 3,000, 5,000. They cannot afford an SRT, you know? So they ignored me at the beginning until they got the car that I want. They challenged me, it's like, oh, if you want this car, you need to put 10,000 real deposit. I was like, okay, here's 10,000 real deposit. They got the car from Jeddah to me. I checked it. It's exactly what I want. It has all the options and the features that I want. The GC specs, again, I found problems to register it because I'm not a Saudi resident. It has to be registered. I found a friend. It was a hassle. And then to ship it from Saudi to Dubai to put my UAE plate numbers on it, it was again another hassle, because when the car was imported to Saudi, in the custom card, it's written silver. And then going to UAE, they said you have 2 black stripes, you have to remove it because it's not mentioned. It's not like matching with the car. It was a hell of experience. I spent there like over 12 hours. I sorted it out, and then going to UAE, another hell of experience. Same year car model. I cannot bring it to the country unless one of 2 options. Either I'm a local guy or I have an NOC from Trading Enterprises, the agency, to bring a same year model GCC specs car to the country. Passed the car, everything was fine. I went to RT in Al Barsha near my house to register it. Luckily, the lady over there, she was very helpful. She told me, oh, your car is mentioned silver, but it's actually black and silver. Would you like me to add the color for you? I was like, yes, please. So she added the 2 stripes. It was very easy compared to Saudi Arabia and actually the customs in UAE. And that's it. That's how my baby journey started. So joining car communities, I was always seeing those these car groups and car drives, mostly for supercars. Usually when I go to Fujairah, these areas, I see like sometimes a group of Ferraris and Lamborghinis driving together, Porsche. I never knew that there is actually a community for Mopar until I was in my office in Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia is so boring, like there is nothing much to do. So on my free timing, I was actually joining these like SRT and Hellcat groups, channels online, until I came across an event. It was on Yas Island with a UAE Mopar club. That was in 2013, like a drag race thing. And I joined. There was a very famous guy, no mention name. He was driving a Super B, a yellow Charger Super B, and he was always getting the top certificates and top like the first place always. He was coming straight from Saudi Arabia, driving 7 hours straight just to attend this drag race, because it was also arranged by FCA and Trading Enterprises. So for me, it was like a big thing, you know what I mean? And they marketed very well. So I went there. I loved it. Afterwards, I joined the UAE Dodge Club with the beloved President Josh. The club for me was like a family. Very helpful people, the core team, the admin. And then now I became the Vice President of UAE Mopar Club, helping recently on all those Mopar Club drives, events, casual meets, along with Tariq and some other admins as well. Yeah, my nephew, he's in love with my car. He is in love with my car. Whenever he comes around, he has to take a story, ask me to remote start it from far, cold start. He wants to take live videos when he's driving, especially coming with my friends. My nephew, he loves his Viper. He has a very sexy Viper, so he loves his Viper. He jumped from my SRT to Abu Salem's Viper to Tariq Hellcat to I don't know. So he's in love with this. Yes, and I've got also a couple of friends and people who like got to know me through these communities, through the car communities. They ask me like where to fix this, where to do this. I cannot mention garage names in particular, but everybody know where I go. So yeah, so I help a lot of people in doing some carbon fiber jobs, some wrap, some interior, some maybe engine modification based on their needs. Yeah, I've heard it many times. A lot of people, yeah. I hope they're happy with their cars now.